Hello, today I'm going to talk about AI impact on college graduate job market. Especially, I was hoping to talk about the paper by Brynjolfsson, Chandar, and Chen's titled Canaries in the Coal Mine: Six Facts About the Recent Employment Effects of Artificial Intelligence. This paper uses large-scale salary data by more than 3 million workers in the United States from a private payroll company called ADP to measure employment changes. And they found that young or early career workers in AI exposed occupations have indeed experienced employment declines, sadly. So this paper examines employment changes for software developers and customer service agents by age group, normalizing October 2022 employment levels to 1. I thought this is interesting because these two occupations are often viewed as highly exposed to generative AI tools. This figure particularly highlights employment changes by age for software developers since October 2022. October 2022 is the timing of interest because ChatGPT was released in November 2022. Now, if we look at this figure, so the employment level or the age groups are normalized by 1, and then the level afterwards or changes afterwards was expressed relative to this October 2022 levels. Employment for early career developers. Let's look at the blue line. Aged 22 to 25 declines sharply after 2022, while employment for older cohorts continue to grow. For example, if we look at this purple line, mid-career workers aged between 41 to 49, their employment continued to grow during this period. By July 2025, somewhere here, July 2025, the employment for young early career software developers aged between 2022 to 2025 had fallen nearly 20%. So this drop would be 20% relative to its peak of October 2022. This figure also shows employment changes by age group, but now this is for customer service agent. Employment for the youngest early career workers, which is in blue, declines substantially after October 22 peak, while employment for older cohorts or more experienced workers continued to grow. So for example, the red line, this is for workers aged between 35 to 40, their employment continued to grow. Now, this slide compares 4 different groups by the exposure to generative AI. Here, the group of marketing and sales managers, they are exposed to generative AI as much as software developers and customer service agents do. So they are the most exposed among these 4 groups. And the second most exposed group would be first line production supervisors and stock clerks and order fillers. They are relatively less exposed to generative AI and health aides. Are these are the least exposed occupations. Now, employment for young marketing and sales managers, the blue line here, actually shows a pronounced decline first up to like 2024, and then it shows some bounce back afterwards, but anyway, it's not even near to its peak. The pattern seems similar for software developers and customer service agents. By contrast, occupations with lower AI exposures do not display such pattern. So if we look at panel B and panel C and panel D, then we don't see that early career workers, which is in blue, declines significantly. Rather, especially for health aides, which includes nursing aides, psychiatric aides, and home health aides, these jobs actually demand more and more young and early career workers. So the job growth rate is faster than other age groups in this occupation. All right, let me summarize. If you have any concerns about the data, you don't have to worry about it. So this data, I don't think it is biased because they try to maintain a consistent set of firms across their main sample period by keeping only companies that have employed earnings records for each month from January 2021 through July 2025. Now, let me really summarize this paper. Employment for young early career workers has declined in AI-exposed occupations, whereas more experienced workers in the same occupation has remained stable or continued to grow. Entry-level employment has declined in applications of AI, irrespective of that they are substituted or they they are complemented by AI tools. And these labor market adjustments are visible in employment. And the wage changes are not very much observed. So it is like we have supply and demand in these markets, and demand is decreased but wage does not decline, but wage is maintained somehow. This is called wage rigidity. And instead of employment is adjusted this much, since wage is rigid, so there are substantial reduction in new hiring. So how can we adjust or how can we adapt to the changing environment? Let's figure out using AI, okay? So let's try these 3 prompts and more if you like. And let's get some advice from AI. So first one, let's order the AI agent to be a friendly career coach. So you are a helpful, friendly career coach helping a student reflect on their future options in the era of AI. The student majors, blah, which is your major, then AI will give you some answer. Then make a conversation with that. Now, second prompt that I would like to suggest is please look up academic papers on the AI impact on college graduate job market and summarize them to inform the student what is expected in their near future. So I gave you a paper which pictures a pessimistic view. However, there can be other opinions about your future. So please try to be balanced in terms of forecast of the impact of AI on college graduate job market. Now, third prompt that I would suggest is please provide the best practice to prepare their job market using the lessons from the intermediate macroeconomic courses. All right. Thank you for watching this, and please try to do these prompts and make conversation with the AI agent you prefer. Okay? See you. See you on Monday.